This photo was taken over 100 years ago in the year 1891. And if you take a look at what the person in the photo was holding, it is actually the first basketball ever created. And believe it or not, that exact basketball that guy has in his hands is in my hand right now. Wow. Okay, obviously, you know, it's not the exact same ball, but it is an exact duplicate of the first ball ever created. It looks the same, feels the same, smells the same, bounces the same. Everything's the same. And in this video, we'll be checking out everything about this basketball, including like some facts about it, shooting with it, dribbling with it. We're just gonna test out this basketball and see what it's like to play with this thing. And we'll also be comparing it to a normal basketball, just to see which is better. 100-year-old basketball versus a 1-year-old basketball. Let's start off with some random facts. The person who made the first ever basketball's name is James Naismith. He has some nice glasses on, he's holding the ball. Here's a photo on the screen of the evolution of basketball throughout the years. As you can see, in the year 1891, this is the exact ball. Anyway, let's be real, I don't think anyone cares about the random facts. So now we're gonna head to the court and start comparing the oldest basketball in the world versus the newest basketball in the world. Let's get it. So in this review, we will be comparing a bunch of different things about these two balls. Starting with, as you just saw, the grip. To be honest, I think they might have forgot to like put grip on this ball. Because as you can see, it's literally like, it's not grippy. Old basketball, new basketball. A little more, it's got some good grip to it. For round one, the current type of basketball definitely wins that one. Category number 2, appearance. Obviously everyone already knows what a normal basketball looks like, so we don't need to check that one out. This old basketball, very, very weird and old looking. As you can see, it has like some weird football grip thing. It's got a really interesting pattern. I don't really know what their plan was on this. It's kind of just like volleyball themed. I don't know. I think it's made out of leather and it just looks super old and like silly looking. In case you were wondering, this ball was actually never used in the NBA. Like this is like before the NBA, that's how old this ball is. Back before the NBA, I'm pretty sure there was like a league called the ABA, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm pretty sure in the first couple of years of that league, they used this type of ball. Pretty wild to think about. Like this was before Wilt Chamberlain's time, you know, Kareem's time, LeBron's time. My time. For the appearance category, all biases to the side, I think I'm gonna have to go with the normal basketball. I think everyone can agree with that one. Challenge number 3, let's get physical. For challenge number 3, we have made it outside, and that is because we were going to be dribbling the balls. I have not dribbled this ball yet. Oh, I almost just did. I'm very interested to see like how it bounces and stuff, you know what I mean? Should be interesting to see. First off though, we'll start with the normal ball, just, you know, just get warmed up and stuff. Okay, now the moment you all have been waiting for. We're dribbling with the oldest. We're now doing our first dribble with the antique old basketball. Nice and bouncy. Oh, a signature. Signature of the first ever person who built a basketball. Bounces pretty good. I've always kind of wondered like how people played when this ball was like, you know, around. I don't know if there's footage of people playing basketball like 100 years ago with this ball, but if there is, I'll make sure to pop it up on the screen so you guys can check it out. That was some pretty crazy footage. Anyway, for the dribbling category, honestly, I like this ball's dribbling. It actually like bounces nice. It comes right back into your hand after you bounce it. I was expecting to honestly not dribble that well because as you can see, it's not really even a perfect circle. It looks like the same material, like a super old couch, kind of. Maybe that's what they used. Who knows? Leather. So for the dribbling category, I'm actually going to give it to the old-time basketball, which means the score is 2-1. Real quick before we continue on to the next challenge, I kind of wanted to make this video more like educational and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because if you watch my channel, all my videos are kind of like cool, epic challenges and, you know, fun stuff like that. But for this video, not only are we doing challenges and stuff like that, we're also doing some, you know, education, some learning and stuff, you know what I mean? So like I mentioned earlier, the person who created the sport of basketball and this exact ball, his name is James Naismith. He was a Canadian-American physical educator, physician, Christian chaplain, and sports coach, best known as the inventor of the game of basketball. Interesting, interesting. After moving to the United States, he wrote the original basketball rule book and founded the University of Kansas basketball program. Whoa. The first ever league was called the University of Kansas basketball program. Who would have thought that? I didn't know that. Here's a nice wholesome picture of him and his wife, I'm assuming, playing some basketball. Look at them having a lot of fun. Oh, wait a minute. You see what the guy's holding? That's actually the first ever basketball hoop. If you guys want to see me buy that hoop and review it just like I'm doing with this ball, let's get this video to 150 likes and I'll do that. Anyway, I think that's enough facts. I'm kind of getting insanely hot. I don't know why. Pretty sure all of you guys have probably been waiting for me to like shoot this ball and test it out, like, you know, in action. So that's exactly what we're gonna do right now. Let's head to the court and see how this ball works shooting wise. If that makes sense. Let's go. First ever shot with the world's oldest basketball. I'm excited to see how, you know, it goes through the air. Should be interesting to see. Wait, before I show you my first ever shot with this ball, it is time for this video's shout out challenge. The winner of last week's shout out challenge is that guy right there. Congratulations. For this video's shout out challenge, we're doing something a little bit different. Whoever's the first person to comment the 2 teams that played in the first ever NBA game will win a shout out in my next video. With that being said, I wanted to shoot it like an old time basketball player would, but that didn't really work. I'm gonna just shoot it normally. Okay, now that we got a feel of how the ball works in action and stuff like that, right now we're gonna recreate some of the craziest NBA moments with this ball. But since it is, you know, an old time themed video, you know, we're in the 1980s right now. Not 1980s, 1890s right now. We're actually gonna recreate some crazy highlights from the first ever NBA season. Should be interesting. Alrighty folks, I think that is pretty much it for the entire review of the oldest basketball in the world. In case you're wondering where and how I got this, I actually had to steal it from this guy himself. Right after this photo was taken, I grabbed the ball from him, ran back to my house to film this video.